What if I told you that the test designed to save your life is actually one of your greatest health threats? And what if the entire medical establishment knows this, but keeps quiet because it's a $5 billion industry? I'm Dr. Stephen Presciutti, and today we're exposing the mammogram scandal that's harming millions of women while enriching a system that profits from your fear. Fair warning, this will anger some people. Good, it should. Let's start with the promise. Get your annual mammogram, catch cancer early, save your life. Sounds logical, right? Except the data tells a completely different story. The largest study ever conducted on mammogram screening followed 90,000 women for 25 years. The results? No survival advantage. Zero. None. Let me repeat that. Mammograms do not save lives. But surely they must help somehow. Let's look at the actual numbers. For every 2,000 women screened annually for 10 years, one life is potentially prolonged, not saved prolonged. 20 women will be treated unnecessarily. 200 will have false alarms requiring more testing. 10 will endure psychological trauma from false positives. That's a 70% false positive rate. 70%. Imagine any other test being wrong 7 out of 10 times. It would be abandoned immediately. But not mammograms. Why? Follow the money. Each mammogram generates $300. Each false positive triggers follow-ups. More imaging, $500. Biopsies, $2,000. Consultations, $400. 20% of those lead to unnecessary treatment. Surgery, $15,000. Radiation, $10,000. Chemotherapy, $30,000. One false positive can generate $60,000 in revenue. Multiply that by millions of women. That's your $5 billion industry. But the financial cost is nothing compared to the physical harm. Let's talk about radiation. A 3D mammogram exposes you to radiation 1,000 times greater than a chest X-ray. That's not a typo. 1,000 times. This radiation is cumulative. Annual mammograms from age 40 to 80, that's 40 massive radiation exposures to sensitive breast tissue. Here's what they don't tell you. Radiation causes cancer. The very test meant to detect cancer is creating it. Dr. Samuel Epstein, professor emeritus at University of Illinois, calculated that annual mammograms increase breast cancer risk by 2% per year. After 10 years, 20% increased risk from the screening itself. But it gets worse. The compression required for mammograms, up to 42 pounds of pressure, can rupture existing tumors, spreading cancer cells through the breast and into the bloodstream. Think about that. We're literally squeezing potential cancers until they burst, then wondering why cancer spreads. One of my patients, Linda, had a small encapsulated tumor discovered during a routine physical exam. Her oncologist insisted on immediate mammogram for better imaging. The compression ruptured the capsule. What was localized became systemic. She went from stage 1 to stage 3 in weeks. The mammogram didn't save her life. It destroyed it. Then there's overdiagnosis, finding cancers that would never have caused problems. Up to 50% of breast cancers detected by mammogram are DCIS, ductal carcinoma in situ. Sounds scary, right? But many researchers don't even consider DCIS true cancer. It often never progresses. Yet women are told they have cancer. They undergo surgery, radiation, chemotherapy for something that might never have harmed them. The psychological trauma alone is devastating. Women live in fear, relationships crumble, careers end, for a diagnosis that didn't require treatment. Dr. H. Gilbert Welch from Dartmouth Medical School estimates that for every 1 woman helped by mammography, 2 to 10 are harmed by overdiagnosis and overtreatment. Those aren't acceptable odds. That's medical harm on a massive scale. So why does this continue? First, fear. The cancer industry thrives on terror. Don't skip your mammogram or you'll die is powerful messaging. Second, liability. Doctors who don't recommend mammograms can be sued if cancer develops. The legal system enforces bad medicine. Third, profit. Mammography centers, radiologists, surgeons, oncologists, entire economies depend on this pipeline of patients. Fourth, inertia. We've always done it this way is medicine's most dangerous phrase. But here's what really infuriates me. Better alternatives exist. Thermography detects heat patterns indicating increased blood flow, often the first sign of abnormal tissue growth. It catches problems 8 to 10 years before mammograms. No radiation, no compression, 97% accuracy. QT ultrasound provides 40 times the resolution of MRI with zero radiation. It sees through dense breast tissue where mammograms are useless. Physical breast exams by trained practitioners are equally effective as mammograms for women over 50, according to the Journal of the National Cancer Institute. These technologies are standard in many European countries, but in America, insurance won't cover them. Wonder why? Here's what every woman needs to know. First, breast cancer is largely preventable. It's a metabolic disease, not a genetic lottery. Support your metabolism, optimize thyroid function, maintain body temperature above 98 degrees, ensure adequate progesterone, keep vitamin D above 70 ml, eliminate seed oils, support cellular energy production. Second, if you choose screening, demand better options. Thermography for early detection, ultrasound for dense breast tissue, physical exams by skilled practitioners, blood tests for cancer markers. Third, question everything. Who profits from this recommendation? What are the actual statistics? What alternatives exist? What would happen if I did nothing? Fourth, trust your instincts. If something feels wrong, it probably is. Sarah, 48, came to me after her third false positive mammogram. 3 biopsies, 3 all-clear results, 3 rounds of terror. We switched to annual thermography. She's monitored safely, accurately, without radiation or trauma. Her only regret? Not switching sooner. Another patient, Maria, was diagnosed with DCIS at 52, pressured into immediate treatment. She asked for time to research. We monitored with ultrasound. 5 years later, no progression, no treatment, no side effects, just careful watching and metabolic support. The medical establishment will attack this information. They'll say I'm dangerous, that I'm costing lives. But whose lives? The woman who develops radiation-induced cancer from annual screening? The woman whose contained tumor spreads from compression? The woman who undergoes chemotherapy for a cancer that wasn't? Real prevention isn't early detection. It's creating a body where cancer can't thrive. Real screening isn't radiation and compression. It's safe technologies that see problems before they're problems. Real medicine isn't profiting from fear. It's empowering patients with truth. The mammogram empire is crumbling. Countries are abandoning it. Research condemns it. Women are rejecting it. But change is slow when billions are at stake. You don't have to wait for the system to change. You can make different choices now. Your breasts aren't ticking time bombs requiring annual surveillance. They're part of a magnificent system that knows how to stay healthy when properly supported. Stop fearing your body. Start supporting it. The power is yours. Use it wisely.